Hey guys, this is Tachi, and today I'm bringing you a Neverwinter gameplay featuring the Control Wizard. Pretty fun class, I'm having a good time with it. It can be a little hard to work with at times. I think it's a lot more situational and positional in a lot of cases than some of the other classes. But it's still fun. I have a good time with it. I'm bringing along my companion dog here, Mac. He's a DPS companion, and he really does the job. He, in addition to just doing damage, he also does knockdowns. Here I'm kind of trying to figure out what's in the group. Are there any kind of elite mobs there? Because that makes a big difference. You definitely want to do something to that elite mob real quick. I like to start out with Entangling Force, which basically that's the power you're going to see like lift them off the ground. So it's a CC, and it does some damage, and I can keep hitting them. It won't break due to damage. So I usually follow that Entangling Force up with a Chill Strike, which is one of the first powers you get. Just a nice, real blast of DPS there. And then start magic missiling them as best I can. Now with those smaller groups, here's where the situational nature of the Control Wizard comes in. One of the powers I use is called Conduit of Ice. And I actually saw me use it there. You'll see me use it whenever there's large amounts of low-level mobs, like that right there, that are going to be grouped together. And it's basically an AoE centered around one individual, who is the conduit, if you will. And now, if you let's say I put the Conduit of Ice on one of the mobs there, and I kill it, or it dies just from just general damage from the power, the conduit is over. So here's the important thing about using Conduit of Ice. 1, try not to kill the mob you put it on. 2, it's only really useful if the mobs are going to stay together. So if you have 3 melee mobs and 1 ranged mob, it's far smarter to put it on one of the melee mobs because they're going to run at you together. As if you put it on that one ranged mob, for in this example, it would just do DPS to that one, and these other 3 mobs would be nowhere near it because they basically have to be in proximity to each other, and wouldn't get any damage. So it's very situational. If it's sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Generally, it's a power I can cast. I might as well. In fact, sometimes I use it on elite mobs just because it's just a added DPS and it doesn't cost me anything to cast the spell, so why not? And here you see kind of the benefits of looking around. Look around, check out your environment, and you're going to find little clicky nodes. And here you'll notice I pretty much can click on everything, and that is because I've invested in kits. And it does cost a little bit, but I think at this level it's a good buy. Especially if you're going to be doing some crafting, or if you want to get more runes to combine, or fuse in this case. Okay, so here I'm trying to check out the mobs, what's there, and Conduit of Ice there. And you see how I saw that they were all going to be staying together. Oop, level 21. So again, that's important. It's very important, especially for this character, to look at the mobs. What is it? Is it melee? Is it ranged? Is it elite? Is it normal? Alright, and there you see Entangling Force picked them up, and just like I said, Entangling Force followed up by Chill Strike, followed up by Magic Missiles, and that's Repel there. I actually give up Repel for Shield later, I'll talk about that. This guy's using a potion. This is one of the first games I can remember where the mobs actually use potions. Interesting thing about this is that I haven't seen in other games. The mobs give you a way to specifically dodge their attacks, especially the bigger ones at least. For example, if you paid attention to that one, you'll see how he was you saw him winding up a strike. And I could have dodged out of the way. I don't think I did. But it does give you that option. And I think that's pretty cool. If you play smarter, it encourages you to put... Oop, this is a new power you haven't seen before. That's Arcane Singularity. And this power, I'm just not sure how useful it really is, especially when you get to groups and stuff. I can see the tank who's trying to get aggro on this guy get a little pissed off when it suddenly disappears into the singularity. The power does some decent damage, and I use this in this situation as my daily power as opposed to Oppressive Force, which is the original one you get, because you can target it. You saw that like yellow lattice, that was the target box, if you will. So I didn't have to be in the center of it, which Oppressive Force requires. Basically, the Oppressive Force centers on you. So you have to be in the mix in order to really be effective. And then if you'll notice, Arcane Singularity also, they saw that it was being cast, so they reacted to it. So there's a chance for them to actually get out of the Arcane Singularity area of effect. So that's another thing to keep in mind once you're doing that. So, as I said before, I'm using Repel here, but I'm later going to replace it with Shield. Repel is pretty cool. I enjoy the fact that it got melee mobs away from me, especially elites. It also did some damage. And it kind of gave me a chance to use Ray of Frost to freeze them, maybe. The Ray of Frost for me is a little buggy. It doesn't seem to activate right away all the time. But I ended up going with Shield because, for one, it's a shield. You're getting some damage reduction. It does decrease in effectiveness as you take more damage, but it resets itself once you haven't taken damage for a bit. So it's not like you have to keep recasting Shield all the time. And I didn't actually notice this mob as I was rocking, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, but Shield also has a secondary use where if you cast it while you already have it on you, it acts as an AoE repel, a PB AoE repel. So it not only repels one mob, it repels everything around you. And I found that to be as useful as repel, maybe a little even more. So I liked it. You can reset it during combat, that kind of thing. It does take, I think it's 4 seconds of cast, or 3. But it does take some decent cast time. But you don't see that. You don't see Shield in this because I'm not at that level yet to get it. But you have seen Conduit of Ice do some really good work here. I mean, it does just take down these standard mobs real quick, as long as they're within its area of effect. So here I'm kind of wandering around. I want to make sure I don't miss any clickies if I can avoid it. And of course, because I'm in the proximity, it triggers this little animation. But I can continue. She's not going to attack me, or he, or whatever. And there is a clicky. So I'm going to go back. As I think I kind of got sidetracked before, but there are abilities you can get, talents that help you refresh your stamina faster, which allows you to do more dodging, or in this case, dodging. In the case of others, like the rogue dive rolls, the defensive fighter, guardian fighter, puts up his shield, that kind of thing. But it's really important in this game. You can dodge big attacks. You can get out of those red areas where basically the game's telling you you're going to be hit soon if you don't get out. And you see me doing my kind of standard rotation on this guy. Entangling Forest, bring him off the ground. Chill Strike, follow up, nice punch DPS. And followed up by Magic Missiles as best I can. And I'm taking him down pretty quick. I see some ads, and gonna keep hitting him. It looks like Mac is taking on the ads, so that's good, Mac. Now, another interesting use of, well, not interesting, a good strategy I found for Conduit of Ice is if you have an elite who's going to be grouped with these mobs, if you know an elite melee mob with a bunch of melee mobs, go ahead and put the Conduit of Ice on them. It's going to do some damage to them. You know you're not going to kill them on accident as you're flinging magic missiles. So you keep the Conduit alive for its maximum duration. Those melee normals, well, and here I hit the Alt button on accident a few times, but you know, those normals are going to be grouped with them because they're also melee and they're trying to do the same thing, hack you. So here I am. I'm going a little low, but I've already taken out the boss. So why not? The just the horrible thing would if I killed the boss and then died to the ad. That would suck. I'd be a little upset, but I didn't. And this game does give you more than enough drops of healing potions to kind of keep your way. And so you really don't, I haven't bought a single potion my entire time playing this game. And again, this is all beta. That could change. They might decide that that's not the kind of feel they're looking for. Or they want some more money sinks going on. So they're going to maybe force you to buy healing potions. And that's fine. And here I kind of screw up on the ice conduit. And, as you saw, the mob split. And technically I didn't screw up. There were still 2 mobs that got hit by it and 2 mobs that were coming towards me. So, since I can cast it, again, you can cast it. It doesn't cost you anything other than, the refresh of the cast. Might as well. It's a little extra DPS. And it really does mow down those lower level standard mobs. And you'll notice I'm getting some lag here and there. I'm not sure if it's my computer or they were doing some kind of server testing to see, test out the lag. But you see a little bit here, like just before when I hit that. Get my stuff. Excellent. And this clip is coming to an end. Hoping that you liked it. I'm right here. I'm checking out, just kind of seeing if this is an upgrade, if I can use it. At this point, I was finding I was getting stuff for quests that was above my level. I think I'd out-leveled my quest, so I had kind of wait to actually use my rewards, which sucked because you see that cool thing and you want to put it on right away, and it just did not happen. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you do, there's a couple others here. On the left is my first Neverwinter cleric video. On the right is my second Neverwinter cleric video. And they're both pretty fun. Definitely check them out. Cleric is also a fun class, in addition to Control Wizard. So definitely check it out. Subscribe if you like what you see. Click the button there. Follow me on Twitter at Tachi Gray or Facebook at the same. Hope you have a great day, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye for now.